My neighbor once had a tea kettle.
Oh boy.
A tea kettle.
What's the point?
A tea kettle. My neighbor once had a tea kettle.
Oh boy.
A tea kettle.
Really?
A tea kettle. But she ain't even drink tea. Steaming, the story gets better. Let me stir the pot. It was made weather. I was on probation, serving some time for some slight complications. Community service was serving my papers, so I spent time with this.
Hey YouTube, this is Uncle Momo's music reaction channel, where I provide my views on talented artists from around the world, both established artists and non-established artists. And today we are going over to the States and we are checking out Knoxhill's latest upload. This is The Pot and the Kettle. Now, I don't know if you know the phrase calling the kettle, calling the pot kettle black, calling the kettle pot black, calling the kettle pot, calling the pot kettle. I can't remember what it says now. There was the saying, calling the kettle, I can't remember. It's out of my head. Well, look, if I remember it, I'll say it. But look, there is not much that I can go on this. As you know, that I have started to react to Knox. I believe that his last track that I reacted to was absolutely amazing, Love is Blind. And I'm expecting them the same with this, or indeed more from it. I think I'm expecting more from it. And I feel that Knox will be expecting more from it as well. I think every song that he will do, I have the impression that he wants it to be more better than the last one. And to be more in depth in the last one. And he's having fun with that. But I won't know until I press the play button. I seriously won't know. But I'm a firm fan, and I'm late to the party, but I'm here, Knox. Apologies. I've watched and seen your reactions, and then you done the track, and I was like, what? You're a rap artist as well. And I was like, whoa. There's more to you than meet the eye. And from there, I was like, okay, notification there, Instagram there, this new thing that is linked to Instagram. So I got you on that one as well. So yeah, one thing I haven't got, because I'm not too sure if you're on Facebook. If you are on Facebook, I'll find you and I'll follow you on Facebook as well. So look, this is The Pot and the Kettle. Calling the kettle pot, calling the kettle black, calling the kettle pot black. That's calling the kettle pot black. I think it's a kettle, something like that. I'll tell you what the meaning expression is after, but he might be explaining it in this one anyway. So look, without further ado, you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good video audio music. Can you dig it?
My neighbor once had a tea kettle.
Oh boy.
A tea kettle.
What's the point?
A tea kettle. My neighbor once had a tea kettle.
Oh boy.
A tea kettle.
Okay, there's a lot of
A
metaphors
tea kettle.
in this.
But she ain't even drink tea. Steaming, the story gets better. Let me stir the pot. It was made weather.
Why
I
does
was
it
on
feel like you're
probation,
doing this in-
serving some time for some slight complications. Community service was serving my papers. So
Did you do this in England? This very much looks like England, even down to the scaffoldings, the yellow lines. Does it say where he recorded this? London is home. You filmed this in Bristol? Okay, so did you do this when you was over here with Ren? I'm paging this together. Okay, brilliant. Because it kind of like dawned on me, because when you done the advert on the shorts, and there was asking you questions, there was like two British accents in there. I thought, okay, so where are you now, Knox? Are you back home, or are you in Bristol? Are you in the UK? Let me know, man. Or someone let me know. Thanks. I'm gonna go back just a little bit. It's 25 seconds in, so I'm gonna go back to the beginning. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
my
That's a
neighbor once
twisted
had a
dolly,
tea
mate.
kettle.
Oh boy.
A tea kettle.
What's the point?
A tea kettle.
I like
my
the,
neighbor once had a tea kettle.
Oh boy.
The intro, I
tea
can't remember what
kettle.
it's called.
Really?
But it's like a
A
plucky
tea kettle. But she ain't even drink tea. Steaming, the story gets better. Let me stir the pot. It was May weather. I was on probation, serving some time for some slight complications. Community service was served with my papers, so I spent time with this elderly lady. She was my neighbor. She did me some favors. Sit around the house and I would wash the pots. I wipe the tops and spots and wait. Stop. Where you going with this waffle plot? You the old ass hag had her carpet washed. Oh dear, boo hoo, what an awful job. But wait a minute, let me finish and we'll call the cops. Call the cops? No, the ops. Was she having a heart attack? No, sit back, relax. I'll recall the facts. Please retell my story. That is all I ask.
That's an amazing twisted intro, because everything that I was asking, you were 2 seconds ahead of me. It's like you predicted your audience to ask the same questions which you're going to give a deliverance and answer. So I was like, what? And you right there, you gave me the answer. It's like, what are you talking about? And you gave me the answer. So that is I love that. And I think that everybody's going to go through that process as well. So that is amazing. That is a clever thought process right there, where we're answering the same thing, but you're giving that up. That is brilliant, mate. That is brilliant. I'm going to go back just a little bit. So that's the intro. That's the plot. Now what's going on? Let's find out what the heck is going on. Right? And why you're at this old dear's house. I'm going to go back to about say here. Clever.
Having a heart attack? No, sit back, relax, I'll recall the facts. Please retell my story, that is all I ask. My neighbor once had a tea kettle.
Okay.
A tea kettle. A tea kettle. My neighbor once had a tea kettle.
What?
A tea kettle.
What's the point?
A tea kettle.
Precious kettle.
But she ain't even drink tea. Milk with the sugar, drink it down. My favorite drink's a different type of brown. If I had
drink milk.
Frown. But who cares?
You drink that tea.
Cause she don't even like tea.
She's gonna F you up now,
isn't it?
isn't it?
Part of the bass that's abrasive. A quarter to 8 and my fade is a weight. And I'm staring at her face and I thought about her facelift to give her something great and say, hey, you're amazing. So I took the tea kettle off a shelf. It was looking kinda used like a help. Couple stains and it had a funny smell. But it always gave her hope. It was like a wishing well. That's nice. She cared for it, I could tell. Well, so I knew what to do. What's that?
Mate, I am following this and I'm thinking, what was in your head when you came up with this? How did this come about? And I'm not even talking about the music video. I'm talking about your penmanship. What was it? Seriously, you was in Bristol and I think there's a lot of tea shops. Yeah, cake and tea and all that stuff. And most probably you notice because Bristol... beach and by the beach pier and all that stuff, all you're gonna see is loads and loads and loads of the older generations. That's, the retired lot. But what made you think of this? And what made you go along with it? More importantly, because it's great to have an idea. Everybody has an idea. Everybody has creations, every ideas, but there's those few that act upon it. So what was that trigger moment that said to you, right, I've got to act upon this and make this manifest into what it is right now? As brilliant as it is, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to get into your psyche to find out what the heck were you thinking of? What was that trigger point? Was you walking down the street and you saw this tea and you thought, wait a minute, there's too many. How did you connect all of this? Then you made this. This reminds me of, and stay with me, but not on the same, it's not the same storyline, but this reminds me of King Batch. When he done the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or Willy Wonka or whatever, and he had that crazy thing. The storytelling, I'm not saying the penmanship, nothing like that, but in the same schematic of the storytelling, and it's so out there. You are both different, completely are different, you and Kim Batch, completely. But I love the way how my brain is sort of like connected. If it was on the shelf, I'll put you there next to each other, as in playlist. That kind of thing. But it's separated. It is completely separated. I'm going to go back just a little bit. I love the storyline as it's just crazy and so out there. You're talking about a kettle, man. And I'm looking for the metaphor within the kettle. And I'm sure there is because you're clever like that. But at the same time, it's like you're thinking of this crazy thing right now. I want one with a kettle. Like a genie or something. Right, okay, let's go for it.
Well, so I knew what to do.
What did you do?
Go and get it renewed. But I never really understood the construct of renew, cause it's already used. Why not buy something new? Ask anyone if they really had to choose. Would they prefer something new?
Yeah.
I would. My neighbor once had a tea kettle. A tea kettle. A tea kettle.
This
My
part,
neighbor
like-
once had a tea kettle. A tea kettle.
You crazy, bro.
A tea kettle. But she ain't even drink tea.
She always be pleased.
With the sugar drink,
that part there.
My favorite drink's a different type of brown. If I had it, she will frown. But who cares? Yeah, who cares? Cause she don't even like tea.
Didn't even like tea. She had a kettle, but she didn't like tea.
Dark and musty, filled with holes. Took that kettle, they refilled the cuts. Lot of ash and dust that I filled it
This
up.
looks like you've
They
done
had
it
it
back
buffed,
home.
all the scuffs. It was good as new. Maybe I should rethink this whole word renew. Anyways, I took it back home to its owner.
guarantee
This
she
old
was
and
peed
used,
off that
came
you've done
like a
that.
donor. Knock on the door, she was there on a chair, looking at a shelf with a cold blank stare. Surprise, I'm here. Hey, look what I got. Applied and refreshed.
Oh,
I
what you
emptied
was-
it out. Inside was a mess. Here, Miss Bevel.
R.I.P.
This is what you wanted. It's your tea kettle.
Oh, sugar.
Miss Bevel.
Zombie.
Why you got a shotgun, Miss Bevel? Put the gift down and I started to tremble. What have you done, you
Yeah.
delinquent devil? Why'd you have to go and steal
Zombie?
my tea kettle? I emptied the ash of the husband I loved. You wiped all our memories out with a sponge. I gave you a chance and you ruined what was. My life is now empty, but you'll fill it up. Please. Yes, you'll
Wicked.
fill it up. My tea kettle. I'm sorry. My tea kettle. My neighbor once had a tea kettle. A
Wicked.
tea kettle.
Wicked.
A tea kettle. Now I'm the one living inside.
You F up. Wicked. I like that concept. Yeah. Old people be putting ashes in some weird places.
Tea, anyone?
No. Wicked. So that was Knoxhill, The Pot and the Kettle. Whatever I was thinking, I got it so wrong. And I'm glad, you know, once you press the play button, there was a lot of things to discuss. Brilliant. From beginning to end. I love the fact that you put us on a journey and there was a sort of like cliffhanger at towards the end. I hate when you can predict a song or the storyline. So I couldn't predict this one. You had us on the lead following this, and then when it came to that punchline, you caught us. Brilliant. And I don't think there's a lot of people that will get it until it's revealed. You can't guess this. Even down to like when it was cleaning it, I thought, okay, I guarantee she's going to be peed off about it's being cleaned. But I did not think about she would have her husband's ashes inside in the pot. And when you think about it, there is a lot of OJ pensioners that do peculiar things and have peculiar things. It's down to memory, you know, and normally they are around Bristol and around the Bristol Breach or Brighton or Southend. And I think Knox got that as well. They do weird things like when they unfortunately do pass away, and so a lot of people make a beeline for their sofas or their cupboards because they know that at the back of the sofas or behind the shelf is where they either left their will or left their valuables stuck underneath it. It's an old thing, and it still does go along. It still goes on. But I like Knox's take on this. But once again, you must have saw something crazy like that and you thought, well, you know what, I've got to rap about this, seriously. Or someone gave you that idea, or I want to know, I really want to know what's kicked this off, what started this off. But yeah, it makes sense when you're tracking back. I'm watching it now with it muted. But yeah, well done, mate. I like this one. So what are you going to do next? Is it going to be a continuation of keeping us on our toes and leaving the suspense at the end? I get it moment. Or are you going to go, far left field and show us how wide your capabilities are within the hip hop world? I mean, Love is Blind is completely different from this. There was no similarities, and I love the way how you kept it far apart, but also at the same time showed us your penman skills in both of those two tracks. I said, I don't know what's next for you. I don't know if you're gonna do something crazy, something calm, something that's a country vibe, but I like that. I like that you're not predictable. You're certainly not predictable. I'm going to go back and watch this again. It definitely warrants that. And if you've only watched it once, then shame on you. If you haven't shared this, shame on you. Because it's up there. It is. It certainly is up there. I salute you. Boom.
Kettle. Now I'm the one living inside.
Somebody could get up here.
Tea, anyone?